Hi everyone, thank you for being here in my members area. I did the Stump the Puzzlers. This was the 500 piece Purple Passion that I did in November. And this other one, I don't want to pick it up just yet, is the penguins, the double-sided penguins. So, this Purple Passion, it took me over 20 hours. I kept forgetting to start and stop the timer, so I believe the timer at the end was 23 hours and 4 minutes. It's probably a good ballpark time, honestly. When I did this Purple Passion puzzle, I basically just kind of, I had the pieces sorted. A lot of the pieces were shaped the same, so it kind of added to the extra challenge. There actually is a pattern. It's not like a pattern through the whole puzzle, but there is like a pattern to it, which was kind of cool. And I personally didn't even notice it until someone else was doing it. There was a point when I had like the kind of the top, upper, left, middle area and the bottom right area. Those pieces were basically interchangeable almost. But the pieces just had that slight difference, so you could see like space in between the pieces, and I'm like, okay, these ones don't look quite right. So I swapped them with the pieces up here, and I believe I got it completely together properly, but I still don't quite know, and I already took it apart. So there's gonna be quite a few people working on this puzzle in January, I believe. Minty Fizz, Sarah does puzzles. There was a few others that were commenting that they're gonna have like a puzzle along, and I was like, well, that would be really fun, but I don't want to do it again. So I will be cheering all those people on working on the Puzzle Passion. And Tina at Gotta Just Puzzle, she actually did the new Purple Passion, and she did the original Purple Passion, which was a circular purple puzzle. So if you don't follow her on Instagram, check her out, because she did 2 of them in the month of December, which was phenomenal. The other puzzle I did for December is the penguins. And the cool thing about this puzzle is you have it upright this way, and then if you turn it 90 degrees, which I'm going to do very carefully here, it's the same puzzle on both sides. So it makes it very challenging. The pieces are actually shaped the same throughout the entire puzzle, which adds even more of a challenge. And you can't tell which is the front or the back, because they actually cut it from the bottom and they cut it from the top. So you really cannot tell at all what is the top and what is the bottom. So when I started this puzzle, I actually did the orange parts of the penguins. No matter if it was the front side, back side, you can't tell when you're doing it. So I just took out all the pieces and did the orange and the yellows. This part of the puzzle is exactly the same, flipped, and this bottom part of the puzzle is the same, flipped. And then this side, is flipped with that side. So as you can see, like, this piece is the same on both sides. Has the same little snowflake. I don't know if you can see that. It makes it pretty difficult, but the key thing about these puzzles, they're not like an exact match on each side. They do have, I know when I did another one, the color was just a little bit off. This one, the lines were off on each side. So you could, I had this snowflake and this penguin. They were, I had the pieces mixed up in these 2 areas. So, and you could tell just a little bit with the, the lines, and I missed it when I was putting it together. I had a little bit of discrepancy in this penguin paw, and then this snowflake, and this guy up here, and then some of this blue. But the snowflakes were actually kind of difficult to see the lines exactly because they're, you know, snowflakes on snowflakes. So it definitely added to the challenge on this puzzle. But what I did when I knew I had issues, I really just kept putting the puzzle together. I wound up doing, this whole bottom part was correct. Like this bottom part was correct. So most of my mistakes were actually in the blue area and then with these two areas with the penguins. So when you actually do a puzzle like this, you just have to make sure that the lines line up perfectly, and you have to make sure it doesn't really, you can't tell what side you're starting on at all. You do the border, you kind of put some of the pieces together that you know are going to be easier to figure out, and then you just kind of, like with this penguin, since he connected to the border, you would know that he was correct. The other ones, you just kind of, I just kind of had them all there, and then I'd connect pieces to them, and eventually it would either connect perfectly or it would just be off, so then you knew you'd have to flip it over. These puzzles are a little bit trial and error, and at the end I did have some errors. I didn't count how many pieces I had misplaced, but it was probably at least 10. So what I did when I realized I had it, you know, messed up, I started with the top row, and the top row was fine. I did have one piece here that was flipped, but it was just one piece, and it was pretty much the same on either side, so that one piece didn't mess up anything else. It was just one piece. For the most part though, my issues were with this penguin around his neck, which coincided with this snowflake. And then I had some other couple of little pieces in other areas that were backwards. It took me 8 hours and 34 minutes to complete this puzzle, and then it took me another hour to fix the mistakes. But all in all, the puzzle is done. It's perfect, and it's super cute for winter. Let me know what you guys would like to do for a Stump the Puzzler for January. We have a lot going on in January. We have the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers coming up on January 29th, which I'm super excited about, and I know, you know, everybody else is super excited. So the next few weeks I'm going to be doing a lot of speed puzzling practice. I still have to finish up the Mickey 40,000 piece puzzle. I only have 3 sections left. So if you have a difficult puzzle and I have a difficult puzzle that's the same, or if you have the same difficult puzzles that I have, we could do an impossible puzzle for January. The impossible puzzles have the 5 extra pieces and the no border. I have quite a few of those. We can do a double-sided puzzle. Let me know if you want to join in on the Stump the Puzzler, and then we can decide what kind of puzzle to do. So just let me know in the comments. For February, we'll be doing a crypt Stump the Puzzler. So no matter what crypt puzzle you have, that's what we're going to do. Whether it's the gradient, black, purple, the universe that glows in the dark, which is the one I'll be doing. And Vicky also has that puzzle, so she'll be joining in hopefully with that. But for January, if there's a puzzle that you have that you're like, okay, I'll do a hard puzzle, let's do that together. So I just want to say thank you so much for following along in my members area and on my channel, and for joining me in the Stump the Puzzler. And I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very wonderful 2024. All right, happy puzzling. Bye guys.